I was summoning the episode, I guess. Am I the wizard man? Anyway, welcome to Gorp. We're back once again. It's the greatest show on earth, and we're here to show you who's the best in the fast food chains. And we're in the second round now. We're down to the top 32 franchises in the game. Anything notable you want to talk about there, Fry?
I mean, I think it's awesome that we're in the round of 32. I think there's been a lot of discourse. We've had, guest hosts that have come on and help us debate it, like just really rip you and I to shreds about choices that have gone on. For the most part, Josh is agreeable. For me, I'm just going to be like, hey, you should have taken part in the list, okay? It's not as easy as you think. It was actually kind of stressful to build out the list.
Painstaking for sure. I only took part in part of it. You did most of the work there, and finding just the exact right listing, and the seating was difficult, of course, etc. But the question of the day is, which bracket are we getting into?
So Jordan, we're gonna let you take a look here. So I'm gonna share my screen with you, and we're gonna take a look. Jordan, you're gonna have to tell us which one is it that you would like to go over. So here, you got your hamburgers, okay?
Burgers.
You've got your sandwiches over here.
Yeah.
And then we go down a little bit, and we have our miscellaneous and our Taco Bell one-seed Mexican versus chicken bracket. Which one are you feeling, sir?
Well, I sat out of this one. I wasn't here for that episode, so I'm going to go with sandwiches.
Ooh.
So you like sandwiches, huh?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and do some sandwiches. Josh, how do you feel about operating in a sandwich world right now?
I think it's a great way to start, because in the end, the sandwich is the go item. It might be the original on-the-go item, at least in the white part of the world.
The white part of the world.
Like
Otherwise,
the Earl of Sandwich invented the sandwich. But I'm sure like thousands of years before that, people had like figured out how to make to-go items. So I don't want to discredit the rest of the world. But sandwich, in the modern, it's one of the items that like, it's a go-to. So how nice to start the next round as something so iconic as the sandwich.
Jordan, you want to give us a little background on why you decided to go with the sandwich bracket there?
Yeah, well, I missed it on the last go around, but I have a lot of opinions. I have a lot of opinions on food and stuff. I think you guys nailed it pretty well. I can't really think of anything that lost that I was like, I could have fought harder for that one. But I'm excited for this round because I know most of these. I think there's one that I haven't heard of. So I'm picky about sandwiches as well. So,
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, is it Charley's you've never heard of?
No, absolutely not. I love Charley's.
Really? Oh, that's
Charley's
an upset.
Is fantastic.
That is an upset. I did not see that coming. I felt like we were talking about it because we, of course, had Wes from TheSadFan on here.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it very inside because we I guess we're myopic in the military because we really rarely see them outside of military bases.
I have two in very close proximity, and it's fantastic. I don't eat there that often. It's been a long time since I've been there, but
it's 10 billion calories, man. Like it's hard.
Yeah, it's heavy, dude.
What I was upset about is that I feel like the cheesesteak, mentioning Charley's, the cheesesteak was a little underrepresented in this bracket, the sandwich bracket.
Let's get into that when we wait, you're talking about in general?
The cheesesteak shop? Yeah, in general.
Oh, excuse me.
The cheesesteak shop is that too? Is that not a national chain? I always figured it was.
Very California place.
It's very
is it?
California.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Never heard of it.
Are you sure? You sure about that?
You sure?
But really though, I think cheesesteak falls in the line of like a lot of places have one, and they may kind of hit the mark, but the best cheesesteak is always somewhere where you don't know what the name of the location is. It's like someone's
a truck, a food
back
truck
behind the bar kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go big time with the cheesecake. Once you go big time,
Cheesesteak.
cheesesteak.
Cheesecake Factory
cheesesteak
would like
sandwich.
to say some words.
Who would like to say some words? Anyway, we're in the sandwich bracket. We will have some words here in a moment, but I will tell you this, audience, as we get into this, Jordan has been the harshest critic of the episodes he was not on. I will tell you that. He has been very vocal about his feelings on the episodes he has not been on in regards to food.
Yep.
Yeah, Panda Express. If I'm not here for the next go around on Panda Express, oh boy. Oh boy. Honestly, I've eaten Panda Express once the past 2 weeks in a row, and it's been good. It's actually been good, but they are streaky. I'll just leave it at they are streaky.
We need to have you and Lizette on together to tag team match against Josh and I when it comes to Panda. It sounds like
Panda Express. Yeah, they get a knuckle sandwich to go. How about that?
All right, how about that? Well, on that note, why don't we start with our first matchup? Our very first matchup, we've got Togo's, who was the 16 seed that upset Subway, going against Jason's Deli, who upset McAllister's Deli last week. So, Jordan, why don't you start? Togo's or Jason's?
So, funny story, actually. Togo's was my very first job at like 16 years old. 16, yes. I worked there for all of a couple months, maybe, and it was awful. It was an awful experience. I don't think I've set foot in a Togo's since. I don't know. I don't want to be unfair and say it's like all of the chain. This one Togo's represented all of Togo's.
Probably did.
But
they probably did.
Just the management structure, seeing it from the inside out, the management structure of Togo's was horrible. It was very unsanitary. Just the whole process in general was not great. And I don't like Togo's.
Tell us how the sausage was made, Jordan. Jeez.
The hot pastrami always smelled really good. I'll say that much.
It's kind of hard to mess up pastrami, though. It's just a bunch of pepper.
Yeah. They had a pretty good, decent menu. My problem is with sandwiches is they're one of those places they're sticklers for, like, everything is pre-made. Like, you order a generally pre-fixed menu on a sandwich, and like, no, I want to put together my sandwich how I want, like deli style. Give me some of that, give me a little more of that, give me a little They're kind of like everything is done behind a closed off. You can't see the magic happening in front of you. Right. What was its competition again?
Jason's Deli.
You're going up against Jason's Deli. This is your famous quote on Gorp. I don't even know what the other one I'm talking about is right now.
No. I've done that. We've all most of us have done that on the show, actually. I don't even care who it was. Who cares?
Jason's Deli, I've never had. That's the one I've never heard of. I've never had. But I'm going to go Jason's Deli.
Okay, all right, Josh. You want to bounce off that?
I've had Togo's. Upon further research, I think
Did you eat there recently?
No, because Oklahoma's got its own thing. Like, we have QT is a big deal. They got their own thing going on. Anyway, what was I saying? I've had the Togos.
I don't know. Your brain just shut down on you.
we have Long John Silver's that I've talked about before. I don't like them, so they are my most skipped option. Every time I'm like, nah, not doing that, and then moving on. Jason's was that in second place for me. It's always like, yeah, Jason's Deli, okay, but Wingstop or whatever. Like, I'll pick almost anything over Jason's Deli just because it just doesn't have the appeal. They are good. And it's I wouldn't say it's overpriced, but it's overpriced a little bit. And then it's clean. Togo's is not. That's why Jason's wins. Even though.
It's hard to go with the critique of it's overpriced because at this point I'm looking at our list and what's left.
Yeah, we were talking about the bean burrito being $45 now. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, is there anything that's not overpriced anymore?
Correct.
Like, we're just getting taken advantage of left and right. We all thought we were going to win over the cable companies by cutting the cord, and all the streaming services were like, no, not so fast.
Yeah, we are the cord now.
Yeah, exactly. So when it comes to this stuff, I'm trying to not think. Unless it's very obvious that it's overpriced, where we're like, okay, come on. You're being ridiculous at this point with the cost. I'm not going to try to bring that up. I will say, Togo's, you're a one-hit wonder. And you knocked out Subway because we had a very strong anti-Subway argument on the show when we did that bracket. But you're a one-hit wonder. You've got the hot pastrami. That's your sandwich. That's your go-to. That's the one everyone's going to want to order. You pile on the pastrami and you make your audience happy. However, when it comes to Jason's Deli, you've got such a wide selection of sandwiches. I don't even have to talk about the muffletas this week. I don't have to get into that. They're amazing, and you should all eat one. However, let's talk about some of their famous sandwiches. How about a wild salmon witch? How about a beef eater, where it's stacked with a half a pound of meat? Okay, and now they have a Reuben that also has a half a pound of meat. You can get a panini, the avocado panini. Chipotle chicken and avocado panini is an amazing sandwich. It's so good. And I'm just saying, like, I'm a sucker for panini. How do you guys feel about paninis?
Panini for life, dude. Panini for life. Yeah.
I love a panini.
I was stationed over in Italy for a little while. And, a little fact, we got our panini bread here in America, and it's like semi-flat already. In the Italian zone, it's a giant piece of bread that gets smushed. And it ends up looking... But no matter what, it's good. There's herbs on it, dude.
Yeah, those grill lines. Those grill lines are so enticing.
Big panini guy myself, and just because of the selection versus the one-hit wonder, I've got to go with Jason's Deli. They just bring too much to the table. It's like AM PM, baby. Too much good stuff. All right, so let's go on to the next one. We're gonna go all the way to the bottom of the bracket. We're gonna go to Josh here. Josh, you're going to go with the Quiznos subs, or are you going to go with Panera Bread?
Yeah, so good, toasted. Panera Bread versus Quiznos?
Yeah, and remember, Quiznos knocked out one of the heavy favorites, or what we both thought should have gone a little bit further in Which.
Yeah. R.I.P. to Which. I think Which is borderline there with Qdoba for me for like top tier losers bracket. Like how did they get knocked out so quick? But sometimes the matchup hits wrong. And here's where it might hit wrong again. Panera Bread versus Quiznos, right? So I've talked before about how Panera Bread is hospital food that you have to pay more for. But hospital food is pretty good. The soup is good, at least. There's always a sandwich that you can dig. They have eggs. It's dope. It's all right. But little fact about Panera Bread, everyone thinks it's so fresh, especially since it's been purchased by someone else and they changed their sign to look like a hospital text. Like it used to have a cool, you know what I'm talking about?
I've never paid that close of attention, but
no, dude, like about maybe like 5 years ago or maybe a little more, like they changed their logo and it was like Panera Bread and now it's just Panera in like regular font. Like it was weird. But even since then, they're more and more prepackaged. Their stuff just comes from a place in Fort Worth or something that they reheat. Even the bread. Like, don't pretend they're baking bread there. Nobody's kneading dough back there. So it's not as fresh as it seems, although it is good. I love Quiznos. I love Quiznos so much. But I said before, what did you guys do wrong? Because you're so much better than Subway, and your ad campaign was wacky. I loved it. Truly, like, what was that? Look up the Quiznos commercials, folks. You're gonna love it. We have these subs. I don't know how they messed up so bad as to be so like. There's probably like 3 left in the world. I don't know. But I love them. Toasty subs with the big 9-inch diameter. Wow. And then they get the kettle chips. I love a Quiznos. I'm going to have to go Quiznos, bro. It was tough, though.
All right. I'm going to go Panera Bread just right out of the gate, just so you know. Panera Bread has been a much larger part of my travel life on the road when I was working and I was traveling constantly, especially when some of them had drive-thrus. Like, I loved that. And I've already given away my secret about the app. How you could just make whatever sandwich you want on the app with whatever bread, whatever cheese. And it's phenomenal. And they'll make it for you. And it's delicious every time. You get to choose your bread. The cranberry walnut bread is the bread I'm going to highlight this one. Last one I did the tomato basil bread, but we'll go cranberry walnut bread, turkey sandwich, double turkey, lettuce, tomato, Swiss cheese over this one, not pepper jack on this one. We'll go Swiss cheese over this one. You throw some honey mustard on there, some light mayo, and smash that all over the place. That sandwich is amazing. And if you want to feel or pretend like you're being healthy, get an apple instead of a piece of bread. It's fine. All right. One thing I used to do was when I was feeling especially fat, because it was like I wanted a sweet treat from Panera Bread, I'd order a mac and cheese on the side, right? And then I'd get the roll instead of the fruit. I'd pull the bread out of the roll and I'd dump the mac and cheese in the baguette, and I'd eat it like a mac and cheese sandwich. And then I'd use the bread in the cheese that's left over in the macaroni and cheese.
It's not even sweet. It's not even sweet. When I want a little sweet treat, I'm gonna get some cheese, the most savory of side dishes.
I'm gonna fill my bread with it. But yeah, like Panera Bread has been good to me throughout the years. Plus, you need a little pick me up on the road. You leave first thing in the morning. They, like Josh said, they've got the real eggs. They're probably baking them for speed, but they got the real eggs. So you get a brioche sandwich, some cheese over that bad boy. You get some sausage on it, and you get a cold brew coffee that you can keep refilling. Oh, it's so good. It's been so good. Maybe if you're feeling like a fat boy, you get a souffle on the side, and you could eat their souffles right out of the package and roll it up and crunch into that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Regret that, hand jester. But for me, it's gonna be Panera Bread.
Panera is.
So I got the tiebreaker here. As Josh said a few times, it's hospital food, expensive hospital food. I was a very staunch Panera critic for a long time, but they've been stepping it up with the menu, the variety of different things. You know, they got hot buffalo chicken sandwiches now. They got something of a Philly cheesesteak now. I would never order it, but it's Philly cheesesteak-esque. Hospital Philly cheesesteak. Their mac and cheese is iconic at this point. It's made the leap. You can buy like the microwave Panera mac and cheese now, like Costco. Still very good. Quiznos, as far as sandwich chains, is top. Like as far as just national chains, it's better than Togo's. It's better than Subway. But I couldn't tell you where a Quiznos was. I can tell you where one used to be, for sure.
Everyone knows where they used to be, for sure. They're Subways now.
Yeah, so it's just, and the best ability is availability. So over something that just doesn't really exist anymore, I'm forced to go with Panera.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Process of elimination, quite literally.
All right, dude.
How many locations do you guys think Quiznos has at this point? Do you think you think you could just throw a dart at a state and figure out whether or not they have Quiznos in it anymore?
I don't know. Let's all guess, and we'll put it in the notes. I think there's probably, honestly, 50 in the world.
In one estate.
Let's go 39. 39 is my final answer.
Okay, I guess I'll go high here. I'm gonna go 88.
Okay. I'm gonna say 100. At least 2 per state.
All right. So we've got.
Yeah, I'm sure in like Florida, where everything is like Bizarro World, they've got like 50 Quiznos themselves. Just.
All right. Are we ready for the answer?
They've got PDQ. So what's the answer?
148, which is still very low. Like very low.
So Jordan Bob Barkered my ass. He just went above me by 12 and got the right answer.
Bro.
You're the closest without going over.
All
right, so I will lead us. What was that?
Neuter your pet. That's what Bob Barker says.
Yeah. It was aggressively thrust in there. I'm going to lead us off on this one. We've got our 3 seed, Arby's. They have the meats against Firehouse Subs, our 6 seed. I mean, I've gone into this. That tri-tip sandwich that Firehouse Subs has is epic, and it's delicious, and it's amazing with your real cheddar cheese, and they do great things with firefighters. but Arby's holds just a special place in my heart. When I was poor, I could go to Arby's and just load up on beef sandwiches and ham and cheese sandwiches, and they would pile on the meat, throw a little bit of Arby's sauce is a legend. Why do they not sell Arby's sauce in stores like they do Chick-fil-A sauce now? Because Arby's sauce
money,
is
dude. Easy money.
So good. And you can throw it on anything. You could throw it on anything, and it makes it delicious.
It might be good in the PBJ, honestly.
How would you describe it? Like Chick-fil-A sauce is kind of like a barbecue-y. What would you?
It's like barbecue sweet and sour, kinda, right? So
it's hard to put your finger on what horseradish. It's kind of hard to picture. Yeah.
Little tanginess to it. It's just amazing. It's just really good sauce. And then you got the curly fries. Arby's is a top 3 curly fry. I don't know what they all are, but it's definitely a top 3.
Real long ones, bud.
Yes, they do. They do. And they're delicious. It's not a real deli, but they do the gyros. They promote themselves like they're a real deli. You can get any sandwich you could imagine from there, like a Reuben, a cheesesteak, a chicken Sammy, a ham Sammy, like any sandwich. 5? What's in 5 of them? Yeah, and I want 5
in
of
a bag for you.
And I want to eat them at once. I want to smash them down like the viral Krispy Kreme donuts thing that's going around where they smash down. I want 5 Arby's melts, and I want to smash them all together and take a bite.
And I'm hungry, dog.
It's making me hungry too. My mouth's starting to water. Yeah. All right, but I gotta go. I love Firehouse subs. I mean, they're doing great things in the community. They're doing great things with firefighters. They make great sandwiches, but Arby's is just the juggernaut here. Jordan, what do you think?
I had Firehouse subs once in a airport terminal, and
that's not a fair assessment. Airport food automatically downgraded by one.
Airport terminal. I got a Philly cheesesteak, and it was actually pretty good. It was pretty good for a place that wasn't like their specialty. You know what I mean? Just sometimes when you get like the generic cheesesteak from hole in the wall sandwich shop, it's just kind of like meh, not greasy enough, not this or that. It was good. It was really good. But yeah, Arby's. I got I feel like everyone's got some kind of weird history with Arby's. I took a trip as 18-year-old to Reno on a budget, and there was an Arby's in the lobby of my hotel. I can't remember which hotel it is, but they had an Arby's in the lobby there, and I ate that for like an entire weekend, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And was not sick of it, and it was the first time I had it, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like I really felt like it was life changing. I was like, "How did it take this long for me to experience this?"
It's okay, me too, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then I didn't have it for a really long time, and it kind of grosses me out, to be honest. Like the commercials, I don't like the way it's branded. It's just it gives me
sweaty meat.
Yeah, it just something about it gives me the ick.
We're gonna put it in your mouth.
Gives me a strong ick, and but the last time I had it was pretty good. I was out in Tennessee, and I was like, I'm gonna get one of everything because I haven't had this in a long time, and it was like 1:00 in the morning, and and they were open. They were like one of the only things open. Yeah. And I got one of everything. I actually had some, like popcorn chicken style thing. Oh, no. It was boneless wings. Okay. Same thing.
Boneless wings, yep.
And those were fantastic for fast food boneless wings. I was like, wow, these are great. Yeah. Arby's sauce is good. I'm going with Arby's. Firehouse subs is very solid, respectable, but Arby's.
So I'm the tiebreaker, huh?
You're the tiebreaker. No, it's Arby's. Arby's won just now.
So it's definitely a tiebreaker scenario. Have you ever... Okay, maybe let's go with this. How many times do you think that you've gone into a fast food restaurant, looked at the menu, and left?
Twice in my life, maybe. Maybe 3. Yeah. The airports and malls count?
No.
Okay, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. Not a lot.
Okay,
if I'm there, I'm like, well, I've committed.
Yeah. So a lot of times you're like, oh, I'm here. Why not? Just do it. Yeah. I have left an Arby's thrice I actually have one. I'm looking at it right now. It's right over there. No joke.
You walk
On a
to
quiet
it?
night, I walk to it. On a quiet night, I can hear the to-go or the drive-through, and I think it's a ghost. So that wakes me up at night sometimes. But
meat.
Josh is asleep, and in his dream, he hears, "Josh, you want the meat?
Bag of beef, bag of beef, bag of beef, bag of beef." Yeah, so I do love Arby's. It is a fine establishment. They got the sweet tea, dude. And the Arby's sauce, squirt it directly into your mouth. Beef. And the curly fries are dope. The chicken sandwiches are really nice. I get the turkey. I get the turkey with the bacon, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like an onion bun. I think if you don't like an onion bun, you don't understand flavor. The cheese sauce is cheesy. It's kind of gross, but it's good still. It's not really 100% deli meat. That's like 30% not meat. But anyway, that's every fast food restaurant. Firehouse Subs is a better place. It has integrity. It has great sides. It's a good sandwich. And I've never walked into a Firehouse Subs and think, this sounds gross, I'm going to leave. So Firehouse Subs wins.
Sorry, buddy, but it was a valiant argument. Valiant argument.
I thought maybe if I talked long enough, you would forget what you voted for.
Now, Jordan, this is our last matchup of this bracket. You're gonna decide who goes into the Sweet 16 here in this bracket. Well, you're gonna help decide, and you're gonna be the start of it. It's gonna be number 12, Charley's, and then it's gonna go up against number 4, Jersey Mike's.
They said this is the last matchup?
This is the last matchup.
Did Subway lose?
Subway lost
yeah, baby.
to Togo's.
Subway's
good. Good.
Yeah,
I was ready to trash Subway.
Right. Well, you can take a moment. You've got time. Would you like to trash Subway?
Well, it's something I mentioned in the comments. The meatball marinara, which is a staple of there, killed people because they were not eating them up.
I almost died on my spit just now. My goodness.
But that did never once deter me from ordering it. Not once.
Remember when they had the garlic bread? When they had the garlic bread, you could do a meatball sub on garlic bread. That was
yes.
I will
2 footlongs. They're only $5.
So good. Just the disappointment on your face when you look at that produce, that brown lettuce, that avocado that looks fantastic, but it's like $5 to put 2 slices on your sandwich.
And it's avocado product. It's not avocado.
That
tuna. They have the bag. No, they used to have the avocado and the avocado knife where they'd slice out slices of avocado. Now they have the avocado bags.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that tuna in the ice cream scoop, it just looks like it's been there for way too long. Oh God.
Yo, if you're getting tuna at Subway, come on now, dog.
Yeah.
All right, so that was our trash Subway moment of the show. Stay tuned next week for the next one. But we're
gonna go ahead and do that for the rest of the show. As long as this show exists, we're gonna talk.
We won't let you forget Jared.
So Charley's Philly Cheesesteaks against Jersey Mike's. Go ahead, Jordan.
Charley's against Jersey Mike's, huh? Jersey Mike's is solid. It's very just consistent and kind of vanilla. It's just good meat. They got good fresh sliced meat right in front of you. All the ingredients are super fresh, but there's just I don't think there's really any pizzazz to it.
No heart. Just call it out, Jordan. They don't have heart.
They got the cheese on
it. I only know of a couple of Jersey Mike's. And, so it's just not very around all that much. But to be honest, neither is Charley's, so I can't really judge it based off of that. But Charley's just has, oh man, you could smell how often could you around a sandwich shop like a block away and you can smell a sandwich shop? You can't. But a Charley's, you can smell when you're in the parking lot. You're like, oh boy, there's some hot sandwich grilling going on here. good sandwiches on the pricier side for sure. I've been to there, but they're consistent as well. There's, I've been to a Charlie's that we have in our really dilapidated mall here where I live,
Exactly.
and then and then I've been
Nailed
to
it.
one. I've been to one where it's its own restaurant in like a swankier shopping center. Yeah, and the quality of the food was the same. It was good.
Was it in like Pasadena or something? Where was this?
No, this is like okay. So Antioch is where I live.
Yep.
There's one in the Antioch Mall, and then there's one in the next town over in Brentwood. Like so,
Fancy Brentwood.
within like 10, 15 miles of each other, there are two Charlie's.
That's
One
amazing.
is,
Charlie's
yeah,
is-
one is its own restaurant, and it's got a cool atmosphere, cool vibe. This food does kind of take a while, but I always chalk it up to it's indicative that it's being made fresh. You know,
you can see him do it. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you chop it. Get a couple more chops. Why not? Chop it up.
And
yeah,
then they clean the grill in front of you too with that like little grill scrub. They spray the hot water
Yeah.
onto it, boils it up, scrubs the grill.
yeah. So it's gonna be Charlie's for me for sure.
Charlie's.
Josh, you are up to bat, sir.
Charlie, oh, I miss you like a friend. I love Charlie's. Just made that song up. I love Charlie's, dude. Like I have like vivid memory. You talking about Charlie's, I'm getting nostalgic. Like, man, I really do miss Charlie's. Like I miss an old friend. I haven't seen Charlie's since I've been in the service, in the military, and they're usually at BX's. They are at the occasional dilapidated mall. I have never heard of them in a rich neighborhood. I'm assuming there's a lot of retired vets in that neighborhood. You know what I mean?
I
Retired
don't know
vets.
far from Travis Air Force Base, maybe an hour and a half from Travis Air Force Base.
yeah. That's where all the mages work. Yeah, or live. Dude, I love Charlie's, dude. What was the other one? I forgot. Arby's. No,
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey
So
Mike's.
I talked before about how Jersey Mike's is kind of the standard, though. Like maybe it's vanilla, and I do feel like I'm gonna have to pay a little bit more than I want to for the type of sandwich I really want. You know, not the same for Charlie's. Charlie's, you're watching them do it: double meat, double cheese. Give me a little extra pepper. Spray it with whatever oils you want. Charlie's is gonna kill it every time. I gained so much weight from Charlie's. And it's my forever vote. It might be the tippy top. I'm not sure exactly yet, but maybe so.
Man, Charlie's is going to be my vote here as well. So it's a sweep. And this is the 12 seed that is just crushing it. And again, it's a 12 seed because I didn't think a lot of people were going to have knowledge on it. They're not going to know about it, But Jordan's just saying, yeah, there's two. And I've eaten both of them.
Yeah.
It is a thing. Go ahead, Jordan.
Jersey Mike, Philly Mike, LA Mike. It didn't matter where you're from, Mike. You weren't going to beat Charlie's.
I don't want to be like Mike.
Yeah.
It's crazy because they even have, we didn't touch on the fries. Charlie's fries are really good too. And they have the ultimate fries where they, like I said last week, they cheese them up.
Mm-hmm.
They throw some ranch on it. They throw bacon bits on it.
Get some grilled onion on there.
Yeah,
Onion.
it's so
Love
good.
them.
It's so good. And the buffalo chicken sandwich
Mm-hmm.
from Charlie's is an all-time. It's an all-time. It's just so good. You ever be so excited about a damn sandwich you burn your mouth on it?
Yeah.
Like it gets in your nose.
I'm going to have to go there today, to be honest with you right now.
Yeah. You slop it up, dude.
Yeah. I might have to.
It's just so good, and I cannot express to people that haven't been to it. You need to go to a Charlie's, and they need to. The first time I saw it, I was probably 18 years old, and again, yes, Josh, in the service, and I went to Charlie's. It smelled delicious, and they immediately. I say, I want the chicken buffalo. It sounds amazing, and he slaps the meat on the grill, and I said, "What is this, Merlin? You sorcerer?" And I'm looking at him, and he's chopping it up, cooking away. I'm like, I'm getting a hibachi damn sandwich.
Well,
All
let's see. Yeah.
It is going to be Charlie's as the winner. So
Charlie.
it's just like you said, Josh. It's going to be an unstoppable force here. I don't know what can curtail this run because next week, do you know who it matches up against?
Tell me.
Jason's Deli.
Yeah. Perfect pop moment.
There you go.
Well, it's gonna smash Jason's Deli. That's a guarantee.
The parkour I just did to find that sign in my house right now was legendary.
Very proud of you. Very proud
And
of you.
I'm proud of you too. But yeah, let's not bury the lead yet, Josh. But I was just telling Josh Jordan, I think Charley's is gonna fight its way right into the Elite Eight. I mean, we'll see who's breaking down sandwiches with us the next time we get to the sandwich bracket. But you know who it's going up against? Jason's
What's
Deli
that?
next week.
Oof.
So
Never heard.
Charlie's is running. They're
It's gonna be
off and good
clothesline.
luck.
Clothesline.
All right.
Clothesline.
This sandwich bracket has been a blast. Josh, what'd you think of this week's show?
I'm very excited of the future and our progress as a nation.
Yeah.
And where can they reach our progress as a nation, Josh?
You can reach us at Gorp Show on X. We're on the link tree. Like and subscribe. We got a nice little playlist you can watch forever.
Jordan, where can they find you?
At Popcorn and Beers. Don't be an idiot sandwich. Go check us out.
Don't be an idiot sandwich. All right, everyone, we appreciate you. Hopefully you're so enraged by our picks that you comment, like, subscribe, rate, and review the show. We will see you next time.
Huh.